So obviously now Aljamain Sterling has beaten Petr Yan, and I'm kind of glad that he has, because I just find it hilarious how he's so fluky enough to keep getting wins against Petr Yan, despite the fact that most people think Petr Yan is way better than Aljamain Sterling. A lot of people have been saying like who should get the next title shot against Aljamain Sterling, and one name that seems to keep coming up again and again is actually TJ Dillashaw. Now TJ Dillashaw is obviously a 2-time bantamweight champion, is one of the greatest bantamweights ever. Like, he's up there, he's on the top 5 list in my opinion. On top of that, like he's one of the OGs of the sport. I mean, he came at a time when the sport was just getting mainstream. Like, he's part of the Chuck Liddell era to some extent. Like, he's not quite on that era. Like, he's not as old as Chuck Liddell to some extent, but he's not too far away from that era. He's before the Conor McGregors and before the Khabibs, but he's part of that era. Like, he's part of that era to some extent. Very great, very good fighter, and one of the best fighters the sport has ever seen at bantamweight. And a lot of people are saying he should get the shot, and obviously if he can win the title a third time, that would be very historic. But I'm thinking there's another person that probably deserves a shot, and that's Jose Aldo. I was thinking Jose Aldo and TJ Dillashaw, why don't they fight each other, and whoever wins that fight gets the shot at the title? I think that's the most fair way to do it. And obviously we fight fans get to watch TJ, two OGs have a fight. You got Jose Aldo, who's one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, who's a top 5, top 10 type GOAT category, all-time greatest fighters of all time, like GOAT, like not just one specific weight class, but of all time. And then you got TJ Dillashaw, who's an all-time great, and they're all part of a similar era, and they've never fought each other. Why don't they fight each other? Whoever wins that fight gets the shot at the title, and whoever gets the shot at the title, they've got a very good chance of making history and winning the title in the modern era, which will solidify their claim as one of the greatest fighters of all time. I mean, I think it makes sense. I think it's a fight that makes sense for both of them. They're both part of a similar era. I mean, it's a fight that a lot of casuals that have just come new into the sport, it could allow them to go back in time and see the history of both fighters. On top of that, OG fans of the UFC, OG fans of MMA who remember coming up with them, it'll be a nice nostalgic trip to see both Jose Aldo and TJ Dillashaw fight each other. So I think it's a fight that makes sense. It's a fight that I think should happen, and I think the winner of it should get a shot at the title. A lot of people are saying, TJ Dillashaw should get a shot at the title, or Jose Aldo should. I think, why don't they just fight each other for an eliminator, and then one of them gets a shot at the title. Whoever wins that fight gets a shot at the title. I think it makes the most sense to do that, and I think the UFC should do that. But obviously, it's up to the UFC to make the decision they're going to make. It could be that TJ Dillashaw gets the shot. I don't know if Jose Aldo hasn't really been mentioned to get the shot, but it's an interesting fight if they both were to fight each other. Both of them are all-time great legends. I mean, it's a fight that I think makes a lot of sense for casual fans and for hardcore fans, and if they both were to fight each other, I think it would do great numbers. It could be a standalone pay-per-view in its own right, I think, or maybe it could be on a major pay-per-view card. But if they both were to fight each other and the winner of that gets a title shot, I mean, it's great all round. But obviously the UFC needs to make that decision. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Tell me your opinion. What do you think about that? Or do you think one of them should just get a shot at the title? Do you think TJ Dillashaw should get it? Do you think Jose Aldo should get it? Or maybe you agree with me and you think both of them should fight each other for a nostalgic all-time great fight, and the winner of that gets the title shot? I think that makes the most sense from a fan perspective, from a fight fan perspective. It makes the most sense. You get to see two OG legend MMA greats, all-time greats and GOATs go at it, and then on top of that, one of them gets a shot at the title against Aljamain Sterling. And a lot of people think like Aljamain Sterling's a fake champion, so why not have one of the greatest fighters of all time in TJ Dillashaw or Jose Aldo take the title off him and win the title again for the third time? I think it's got everything's written on it to make sense, but obviously the UFC is going to do what the UFC is going to do. So tell me what you think below about that suggestion. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good suggestion, or do you think I'm talking rubbish, or do you think it's a fight that makes sense? I think it makes sense, but obviously the UFC is going to do what they're going to do. So yeah, tell me what you think, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.